Now,
Yeah.
we've gone through all but one box here. So who is in the last one?
Well, Tracy's going to have the honors here. This is one of her favorite animals.
Is this your favorite, Tracy?
It's one of my favorites, yes. So now I need a volunteer.
I'm guessing that volunteer is me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Sean can take us through it. And this is Jason.
Jason.
Okay, and Jason's absolutely...
Jason is beautiful.
Exactly. All of them are beautiful. Look how beautiful that is.
Yeah, this
Very
is a
beautiful.
python.
Yeah, it's a ball
And
python.
it's a
Give
very
both
small
hands,
species of python. It's the smallest in
If
Africa.
you can come walk towards me,
Okay.
put both hands out.
What is he doing with his tongue?
He's smelling.
Okay.
You weren't listening just
I
now.
was, I
Put your
promise.
hands-
I'm just very,
Put your
very
hands
nervous.
up.
Okay, I don't
Now
want to drop
just-
him.
No,
though.
I'm going to have my hands beneath you. Do you have any cats or dogs at home?
No, just a husband.
Okay. Did you have any cats or dogs growing up?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to imagine this is one of your little kitty cats or your little dogs. Okay.
He's just
You
going to move.
need to
that's all.
support him.
Yeah.
You need to support him.
Okay.
No, but you've got to put your shoulders
Just
forward
relax. Oh, you're doing
and
fine.
breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just relax. And remember that he needs to move. And do not ask me if he's remote controlled.
There's also a lovely exchange of energy going on at the
Yes,
moment
at the
because
moment.
he's cold-blooded and he relies on radiant heat to give him energy.
I'm giving you some energy,
Yes.
Jason.
You're radiating a lot of heat at the
Yes.
moment,
Okay.
Which
and
is
he's
very
absorbing
important.
that, and it's like sweeties for a snake.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes, that's the way we can put it across.
Now, why is he so comfortable for me to hold him like this?
He's got used to people.
Yes,
He has.
He has.
So you wouldn't go and scoop up a snake that you find.
No.
No, definitely not.
No.
It wouldn't be advisable.
No, they basically get used to the fact that people are either A, not going to hurt them, or not a threat.
I'm not going to hurt you, Jason, and I'm not a threat.
Yes, and he's probably going to come up and smell you around your neck and all that, which is quite normal.
Okay.
This could be such an amazing photograph. Your mom's going to be so proud of
She's equally terrified, if not more, so she's going to be proud, I
you.
think.
Yes.
Now, will you please speak to me about the type of snake that Jason is?
Yes.
Is he a type of snake that you would typically find in South Africa?
No, he's not endemic to South Africa at all. He's endemic to West Africa. The reason we have Jason is that he is a pet python that could no longer be kept. Somebody owned him,
I see.
and they were moving from a house into a flat, into a security complex, and the security complex rules said no snakes, and they needed somewhere to take him, so they brought him through to our rehab center.
Is that something that happens a lot?
It happens
Yes.
a lot, yeah.
Yes, a great deal.
Either people lose interest, or
Sad.
Yes.
basically they don't have the correct permits, or due to circumstances they don't have the ability to keep the snake, or it gets too big. People get themselves, this snake doesn't get longer than he is at the moment, he's almost fully grown. But you get a Burmese python that in 3 years will be 4 or 5 times that size.
That is extraordinary.
So at that point he becomes too large for anybody to handle. You need 2 people to handle a snake that size, and people rather hand him over to the rehab center.
Yeah.
So we try and discourage people from getting, a small python, Burmese python, when it's born and it's half the size of that. It's very cute.
Yes.
It's adorable. But it grows and it eats a lot. And there's a lot of maintenance that goes
A
with
lot
it.
of responsibility. That's what we do with my Mini-Mo shows. We try and educate the children, but at the same time, the parents, because the parents are, I'd love my little one to have one of those. And then you're like, okay, this is what it all entails.
Yeah. And this particular python is a constrictor like the mole snake. He'll squeeze whatever he needs to eat. They're called royal or ball pythons. And in nature, if he gets a big fright, something tries to hurt him or scare him, he can literally roll himself into almost like a little football with his head right in the middle of that ball. And that's the most vulnerable part of his body, so he has to protect that. And the rest of his body is very muscular. They also sadly export from West Africa a huge number of these animals for the... He's just
He's smelling
moving
you.
around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, they export.
Sorry,
another
they illegally export a lot of these animals for the illegal pet trade.
pet trade.
It's really sad.
Is the illegal pet trade a
alive?
booming industry?
It's a booming
Unfortunately,
industry, yeah,
yes.
If you even take just our angular tortoise from the Western Cape, they're poached all the time. Our scorpions, our spiders, our reptiles. It's bad business. Yeah.
So what do you feed Jason, and how do you feed Jason and all the snakes that you've shown us today?
We get regular animals that come into us from various places that would otherwise use the animals for various reasons, and then they have to dispose of them. So day-old chickens from the chicken industry, or mice and rats. All these animals are disposed of in a humane fashion and then frozen. So we have freezers filled with
Sorry, is Jason okay? Is he's just gonna slither around me?
He's trying to sniff your butt.
No, he's not.
No, I'm teasing you. Okay. I want to show you something.
You do?
Yes, please come here.
We'll get right back to that,
fine,
Sean. Tracy, what are you doing to me?
I want you to feel this. Just very gently.
Jerusha, it's the latest in fashion.
There we go.
Do you know that if you wear one of those, you never have to stand in a queue ever again?
So, and he's got quite a grip on me.
That's what I wanted you to feel.
Please continue, Sean.
Okay, so basically these animals, where were we?
With regard to them, the angular tortoises,
Oh, yes,
he's talking of the
there's a
pet
lot
trade.
There's a lot of the illegal pet trade, various animals, including tortoises, snakes, scorpions, a lot of the arachnids, and obviously it's something that is policed by law enforcement, nature conservation, national parks. But unfortunately we haven't got eyes and ears everywhere, so we do ask the general public to keep a lookout for that. He's just going to have a look and see where he can nuzzle in. He's nuzzling in, making himself comfortable.
He's found a lovely warm spot behind your neck, and if you just stand up and breathe in through your nose, stand up and breathe in through your nose and out. Okay.
You're fine.
And you're fine.
When he's comfortable.
Okay.
He's actually found a lovely warm spot underneath your hair.
He's right on the nape of my neck.
Yes, it's because it's nice and warm there.
All right, you were telling us what you feed Jason.
Jason, yes, sorry, that's me.
We keep on getting...
It's entirely my fault.
He will eat mice and rats that come out of a freezer.
Yes.
We defrost them, we put them onto a nice plate and put them into his enclosure, and he helps himself.
Okay, and is it the same when it comes to the other snakes that you've shown us today?
All the snakes basically get food that comes out of a freezer, depending on the size of the snake, depends on the size of the prey, or the amount in terms of how many they need to eat and how often. Being cold-blooded, they eat 1/20th of what we eat in a lifetime, because they get most of their energy from radiant heat from the sun, whereas we get most of our energy from food. So economically, they're more predisposed to survival than we are.
Yeah. Very much so.
And how often do you feed your snakes, and how often would Jason say eat in the wild?
Okay, basically we try and replicate how often they should eat in captivity in terms of how often they should eat in the wild. And it all depends on circumstances, the time of the year, whether it's winter or summer, the age, the size of the animal, the health of the animal, and all of those factors come into play. So typically with a snake that size, Jason's going to eat one rat every 7 to 10 days. Yeah.
So he's not getting 3 meals a day?
No, he doesn't want 3 meals a day.
No.
Basically, better than any Tim Noakes diet or anything of that nature.
The ultimate banter.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you comfortable with him on you still?
Yes, and
you're
I
doing
have to
fine,
say
yeah.
that I was absolutely terrified before you guys came in, and now look at me.
Yeah.
That's what I said. You just be calm. Just be calm.
You're doing well, yeah.
You're doing very well.
Is he smelling my neck?
Yes, he's smelling your neck, which is quite normal.
Basically, you meet a dog for the first time. He's going to be all over you. He's going to be checking you out, checking your shoes out, seeing what you might have in your pockets.
Yeah.
Same deal. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you something. When my husband looks at this video, he's going to think that somebody cloned his wife. He's not going to believe that it was me.
Will he hold a snake?
Oh, yes. Yes, he will.
Okay.
Well, he's
So-
going to be incredibly proud of you.
I hope so.
I will.